So during the RPA liberation struggle from 1990 to 1994, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Rwanda Defense Force, who was then the chairman of the High Command, provided guidance to our forces at the time, which has formed the basis for the policies and missions of the RDF today. Most notable in his speeches was the famous 1992 briefing to his soldiers when he said, and I quote, "Our military will be the bedrock for the transformation that will take place in our country," end quote. And during the 22nd Liberation celebrations in 2016, the President reminded the audience in his speech, and I quote, "The first phase of the liberation struggle was meant to remove bad leadership that led to suffering and genocide in Rwanda. The next phase that we undertook was to engage in activities geared towards liberating our country from another evil, poverty and social distress," end quote. So the Rwanda Defense Force made a number of important steps in its transformation journey, which included integrating the ex-FAL soldiers from the former government into the rank and file of the defense forces, making structural changes in its organizational structure from a liberation force at the time, which was considered at the time by the government to be a rebel force, to a joint force of a tri-service nature to include land, air, and reserve forces, with the Chief of Defense Staff at the helm of the Defense Force. It has since grown in size and professional roles over the years to include participating in United Nations peacekeeping missions and bilateral interventions around the African continent and beyond. And this was to save lives, something that others do not do in our case. So our mission is divided into primary and secondary roles. Our primary role is to defend the territorial integrity and national sovereignty of the Republic of Rwanda. We are constitutionally mandated to carry out all these roles. We are also mandated to collaborate with other security organs to safeguard public order and enforce the law. So we work with the National Police and the National Intelligence Services to ensure that we maintain law and order. We are also mandated to participate in humanitarian activities in case of disasters. We also uniquely participate in socio-economic development activities in our country. We believe that it is more important actually to contribute to human security more than it is to contribute to physical security. Because our concept of security is much wider than the physical. We believe that in order to ensure sustainable peace and security, you have to ensure human security. So our forces partake in acts of ensuring human security by constructing roads, hospitals, schools in different parts of the country. So we also participate in international peacekeeping missions, humanitarian assistance and training. So these are the roles that the RDF undertakes on a day-to-day basis. Now, we are constitutionally mandated, as I mentioned, to participate in peacekeeping operations, and our decision to participate in peacekeeping operations was informed by our tragic history of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsis. And we are motivated by a strong national belief and conviction in saving human lives. The RDF was therefore the first peacekeeping contingent to deploy in Darfur in 2004, and it went on to participate in other peacekeeping operations in South Sudan, Central African Republic, and even beyond the continent to places like Haiti. By March 2021, I'd like to inform you that the Rwanda Defense Force in our country was the second biggest troop contributing nation, with 6,081 personnel in support of United Nations peacekeeping operations in Darfur, South Sudan, and Central African Republic. Darfur closed, and we are currently sitting at 4th position as the 4th biggest troop contributing country, with 5,500 troops in deployment under United Nations mandate. But we also have over 6,000 troops under bilateral arrangements. That's around 3,400 in CAL, Central African Republic, and 2,500 in Mozambique. So bilateral interventions, which we carried out in CAL, Central African Republic, and Mozambique, successfully restored state authority in both countries, where it was threatened by non-state actors seeking to overthrow legitimate governments. So both countries are now enjoying relative stability, and our forces are still deployed to maintain law and order in both countries. So as earlier stated, RDF is legally mandated to also participate in socio-economic transformation activities. So we involve ourselves in these activities because we believe that we need to increase trust and confidence. I think the Chief General will elaborate on some of those advantages that accrue to working with civilian entities. So we believe that we need to increase public trust in the military by improving the standards of living of Rwandan citizens, hence ensuring sustainable peace and security. We also believe that this role is very central in silencing the guns in conflict areas, and therefore, even when we deploy abroad, it has become a practice for the RDF to engage in various development activities to win hearts and minds of the population that we seek to protect. So some of the development activities that RDF has carried out include constructing over 80,000 houses for disadvantaged groups and survivors of genocide, as well as war veterans. We have built over 50 model villages, and when we talk of model villages, integrated development projects, we're talking about an entire kind of city where you have electricity, water, you have modern houses with smart TVs, toilets, flushing toilets, and the like in communal areas. And the whole idea is to ensure that all these services are brought closer to the community in communal households. And we have done that in 50 model villages around the country, and we are still continuing. So every year, we make sure that on July 4th, Liberation Day, we complete and launch one such project for the community. We also construct classrooms. So we work with Line Ministry of Education to construct classrooms to increase the number of students that access school facilities in rural sectors. So we have constructed over 20,000 classrooms. We have also constructed over 500,000 kilometers of road, 500 bridges. Our engineering regiment has the requisite resources to construct bridges in areas where we need them. So we are mandated to also do that. We have accessed clean water to quite a large number of about 20 water supply projects, big projects. We have accessed 120,000 houses with electricity, working of course with Reba. So we participate in all these actions. We prepare modern terraces and other agriculture projects in order to support communities in their agricultural projects. So in short, the RDF takes this very seriously. And I want to tell you that even in our peacekeeping missions, like in Cabo Delgado province, in Mozambique, we participate in actions such as community outreach programs. We provide free medical services to communities in Cabo Delgado. So our forces partake in acts of treating civilians. And we are sending a message that actually this is what forces are supposed to contribute to human security, wherever we go. So the RDF journey towards professionalization is attributed mostly to the unwavering commitment to training and education of our servicemen. To this end, the RDF has set up professional training schools for recruits, NCOs, junior officers, and senior officers. So we have the Gabiro Training Center, which was established in 1994, initially as a recruitment training center, but it has now grown to be a professional training center for non-commissioned officers, NCOs, that is from sergeant to warrant officer. And then we also have second lieutenants who have graduated from the cadet course in GACO, who will undergo other courses, development courses such as platoon commanders course, company commanders course. I know this language is a bit complex, but it just shows you how we gradually develop our officers and men. We also have the Basic Military Training Center, whose task is to train selected civilians. Any of you can join through that center. And you become, after 1 year, you become a special force with special skills. And you engage in special operations with the capacity to operate in diverse environments. Then we have Rwanda Military Academy. I believe most of you are more interested in that, to train and educate cadets in the values of military profession and academic excellence in order to meet our operational requirements. It offers university degrees in medicine, maths, physics, chemistry, and military sciences, and a few other arts subjects that are underway. Qualifying graduates are awarded the Bachelor of Science degrees in those areas, along with the rank of second lieutenant. Then we have the RDF Command and Staff College, which is a high level college which develops senior officers, provide them with intellectual and professional standards in command and control of the defense forces. Qualifying graduates of this level are given a master's degree in security studies. Then we also have the Rwanda Peace Academy, which was established in 2012 to provide internationally recognized professional training courses and educational programs informed by applied research. And this is to equip our military, police and civilian personnel with the relevant knowledge, competences and skills needed to effectively carry out peacekeeping operations and peace-building initiatives. So the RDF strives to improve the welfare of its officers and men by providing vital social services such as medical insurance. We have a medical insurance that is paid for by the government up to the tune of 85% of all your medical bills. So you are only required to pay 15%. In some cases, actually, we pay 100% depending on the nature of the ailment that you have. And for instance, if you are shot in battle, it will be 100% coverage. You don't have to pay the 15. Okay. Then we also have low-cost shopping facilities, what we call Armed Forces Shop, which was established in 2012, and is supposed to provide low cost, just like the PX in the US, where it knows that it's meant to serve the military with local tax-free supplies. We also have the credit savings scheme bank, which offers low interest rate loans for our servicemen to build houses and establish business startups for their families. And this is supposed to motivate them so that their families can be, concentrating on the home while the soldiers are out in battle. Okay? So that's what we do for our servicemen and several other small, benefits here and there. The RDF takes gender very seriously. I'm happy that you also took gender very seriously by including quite a sizable number of ladies in this stream. So we also take it very seriously. Since the beginning of our liberation struggle, women have made significant contributions to the struggle. Empowering women, therefore, is in line with RDF objectives. And it is our constitutional obligation to inculcate gender in all facets of our national lives. So by establishing an RDF gender desk with the specific objective of ensuring gender equality, fighting gender-based violence, and promoting the progress of our women in uniform, the RDF has demonstrated unwavering commitment to empower its women in all facets of our life, our military life. So Rwanda's diplomatic relations also include cooperation in defense and security matters with different countries on the African continent and beyond in various sectors and activities, including education and training, defense technologies, among others. In conclusion, therefore, the RDF transformation journey since the liberation period was characterized by internal structural reforms, professional training, contributions to socio-economic development, and unwavering commitment to international peace, among others. We place special emphasis to the welfare of our rank and file, and we maintain a clear and prudent policy on gender. These ideals are cemented by strong military ethics and values that center around competent leadership, discipline, and accountability. I thank you very much for your rapt attention.